But okay, Moni, who is first?
Actually, up first, I wanted to ask my own question for you.
All right.
It's pertaining to just Dragonflight in general.
Okay.
Compared to Shadowlands, how do you feel that the story and like the general questing, like just the feel between Shadowlands versus Dragonflight, is it apparent that they actually put much more work into it? Just ignoring the, like, let's just say we ignore the part where we know Shadowlands was rewritten.
Yeah. Yes, I think so. Let's start with the thing that World of Warcraft have always been, in my opinion, very weak at, and that is quest design. Not so much story design, because sometimes stories can actually be really good in World of Warcraft. Sometimes they can be really shallow, but a lot of the times there can be really cool stories in World of Warcraft as well. So let's talk about quest design. I think the quest design for Dragonflight have been just worlds and leagues above any of the previous expansions. You still have your general, go kill X of this and Y of this. That still happens, but far more now. The quests will actually have incredibly interesting hooks full to them. They've also really done a good job of creating variety. So it's not like you pick up out of all of... So when I got into Maruk, for example, I picked up all of the side quests there. And of all of the side quests, I think one or two of them were to kill things. The others were to collect things and look for things and search for things and, that sort of quest. So it does a good job of sort of breaking the staleness of just doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I do think World of Warcraft... It's not like World of Warcraft is at prime yet. I think quest design still has a long way to go to actually become super cool. I genuinely believe that. But I do think it's leagues ahead of what we had in Shadowlands and BFA and basically any previous expansion. I also feel like the bonus quests area have been done really well this time around. So, yeah, all in all, I think quest design really good. Story design, on the other hand, I think is on another level compared to any previous WoW expansion. Just by and large, this is the most fun I've ever had questing through World of Warcraft. Like, hands down. There's been... It's weird to explain because for a lot of people that don't necessarily love the lore the way that I do, it's gonna... this is not gonna make sense. You have your main storyline, and the main storyline is really cool and really intriguing. And for the first time ever, I find myself really wanting to know what comes next. Or not the first time ever, but the first time in a really long time that I really want to know what comes next. And they do a really good job of actually creating a lot of sort of mystery. There's actual mystery. I don't know exactly what is going to happen next. And I am genuinely surprised when things happen. So I think that's really cool. But then they have this... I mean, what I can only describe as probably the best side quests I've ever done in my life. I have done every single side quest so far in the game. Because the side quests do the one thing that I wanted Blizzard to do a couple of months ago. I made a video where I said World of Warcraft misses the depth of the world. There's nothing that describes culture and describes backstories and describes inner workings and interpersonal relationships by tribes and cultures within World of Warcraft. And the side quests actually fucking do that. When you read the side quests, there's dating rituals for the centaurs, and there's rituals of how their ancestors are worshipped, and the kind of things that they have to do in order to worship their ancestors, and how Unara works and who Unara is and her servants, and all of these side quests that describe how they gain their strength and how they choose the strongest among them. These are important things, and while I get for people that don't care about the lore, these things seem like just a waste of time. For someone that cares about world building and storytelling, you can't tell a story without these things. Because culture informs actions and decisions. So when we have a problem that involves the centaur, you would now have a much better handle on how this centaur will act because of things that you've seen and because of who they are. So I feel like the story is in a much better place than it has been for a really long time. At least in my opinion. I feel like, yeah, it's next level. It's much better than it's ever been before. What's your takeaway been? I would like to know, though. Like, how have you felt about it?
So, my takeaway, I've yet to actually play Dragonflight yet. I've been mainly watching your stream of it, as well as digging through some
filthy
Wowhead
fucking casual
articles.
bastard.
I've been busy. I've been having to move as well. In fact, I just finished packing up all of my books and my Warhammer miniatures and painting supplies, and that took 13 boxes.
Jesus.
Yeah, I might have a problem.
I
haven't
up,
even gone on to anything else.
I filled up for my entire world. I packed up in 4 boxes. That's excluding my PC. I never include my PC because, yeah, that's a whole fuck up on its own. But 4 boxes. That was my world. Packed up and ready to go. It was cool. And then, of course, you have the general shit that doesn't form part of my world, but I still had to pack those. But I don't count that as part of my world. Like, everything in this room fits into 4 boxes. And my other room.
Yeah, I wasn't packing optimally because I was putting a lot of dead space in there so that the minis aren't crushed together or something like that, because some of them can be pretty fragile. But yeah, basically I sacrificed efficiency for safety, and it caused the amount of boxes to get a little crazy.
Yeah. All right.
And then on top of that, I've been working on my application for grad school. I'm going back for my PhD.
Oh, nice. Fucking nice, bro. Congratulations and good luck with that. I will not be going back to grad school. Fuck that. I'll just be playing video games.
I've been very surprised with Dragonflight. Pleasantly surprised. I was very I had a very pessimistic outlook for the expansion because the rate that Blizzard had been like hyping up stuff versus how they actually panned out was not exactly the best.
Yeah.
But then I noticed with Dragonflight they tried a completely different approach of being at least a little more cautious in how they hyped things up. They, in my opinion, they went ahead and did what I thought they'd never do, is basically shut up and let the game speak for itself. They gave enough for the interviews to make people excited for it, to actually show the progress that they've done, but above all, they finally took to heart, just let it speak for itself. Don't try and advertise for it. Let it do that for you.
I would say I agree with everything you said there, and then also the way in which they're marketing it now for the first time ever is actually perfect. We had at the start of the expansion, we had the whole give 2 subs, get a free pet, and then we also had the drops, right? And now we have more drops. So today, if you watch the stream for 4 hours, you get a mount and a pet. These are amazing things, because on the one hand, it's free shit for WoW players, right? It's absolutely free. You get a really cool mount, really cool pet, and all you have to do is just watch a streamer for 4 hours, and you can mute the tab if you don't really want to watch, and you'll still get your fucking you'll still get your mount and shit, right? But on the other hand, it does a really good job of converting people that might not be willing to buy the game to actually pick up the game, because people love drops on Twitch. There are people that will hunt drop streams, even if it's for games that they don't play, just to have it, just to, like, if they ever try to play it. So there's a good chance that you get players that, see the game, fall in love with it, because I don't know how you can't fall in love with Dragonflight after you've played it or even watched people play it, and maybe log in. because every single person, I'll say this, every single person I have spoken to, and most of my friend group at least, have been incredibly standoffish about World of Warcraft. And all of them are like in unison or in agreement on this. Dragonflight is the best World of Warcraft has been, if not ever, in a really, really, really long time.
Yeah, I'd have to say that that's my conclusion as well, and I've just been waiting for stuff in real life to kind of settle down before I actually get it and play it, because I'd like to actually enjoy it. One of the other things that kind of pulled me into it is the talent system redesign.
Talent system's really cool. Talent system's really, really cool.
I like that they're reminiscent of the old talent system, but they went even further and made like class talents and then specialization talents.
I'll say the class or the talent system is actually better than the previous iteration of it. Like during the heyday of talents, let's go back to the days of Wrath, TBC, when talents was actually, according to many, actually let's go back to Cataclysm, because Cataclysm was the expansion that most people believed the talent system to be the best iteration of talents, because a lot of the sort of useless, fluffy talents were removed, and we had a lot more impactful talents. This one is much better. You have so much control over what you want, how you want to play, where you want to play. And I get that there's going to be cookie cutters. I understand that. And for people that really go hardcore, you're always going to have cookie cutters no matter what Blizzard does. There's no way of fixing cookie cutter. But for someone like me that have no interest in going hardcore, I have no interest in hardcore raiding or anything like that, I have really just been able to build my own build, right? I can go whichever way I want to go with it. I want my dots to go really fast. Then I can spec into really fast dots. It makes you feel so much closer to your character. It really does bring that RPG feel to it. So yeah, I would say if you haven't tried World of Warcraft Dragonflight yet, do yourself a favor and try it out. It really is worth it.